Everyone has different reactions to the loss of a loved one, especially when that loved one is murdered in cold blood just blocks away. In Jason Reynolds' young adult fiction novel Long Way Down, we meet a young man named William Hollowman. Just as his name would foreshadow, Will is hollow inside because his older brother and best friend Sean was just murdered right outside. In Will's neighborhood, there are only 3 rules. Rule number 1, no crying. Rule number 2, no snitching. And rule number 3, get revenge. Rule number 3 is if someone kills someone that you love, find them and kill them. As Will is laying in the room that he and his older brother shared, he looks into the crooked middle drawer of his older brother's dresser, and he finds a loaded gun. Rule number 3, get revenge. The next morning, he sticks the pistol in his waistband, sneaks past his mother who has finally fallen asleep after crying and drinking all night, and steps onto the elevator to travel down the 8 floors from their apartment. Will thinks he knows who killed his brother. He's not 100% sure, but he thinks he knows, and he's going to play by the rules. On the way down to the lobby at each floor, Will is visited by a ghost, the ghost of someone from Will's past who was taken by gun violence. The neighborhood hustler who was gunned down on the corner, the young girl who was killed by a stray on the playground when they were 8 years old, even Will's own uncle. All these people have one thing in common. They were all affected by someone who was just playing by the rules. Long Way Down tells the story of just one moment in a young man's life, told in real time, told through the author's emotional and intense stream of consciousness, free verse poetry prose. Long Way Down takes the reader into the mind of a grieving, confused, angry, scared teenager who just lost the one person in his life who meant the most to him. More importantly, it shows how one decision, one shot, one bullet can affect a family, a neighborhood, and even a culture. It shows how decisions made in the heat of the moment can reverberate for generations to come. Jason Reynolds is a New York Times best-selling author, and this book was a National Book Award finalist. It's easy to read and easy to get caught up in the emotions that are running high, as the ghosts of William Hollowman's past cram into a rickety, neglected old elevator car. What will Will do? Will he follow the rules? What would you do? The only way to answer is to put yourself in Will's shoes, and that's by picking up Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds today.